teams. Like, you can't just click your finger and there's a mindset shift towards any aspect of work. And being able to shift the way that you view and look at content to always have more of a repurposing hat on isn't going to happen overnight. I think you have to try and do the typical things that we do with any mindset shift of rewarding the behaviours that you want to see more. So making it at the heart of your like performance objectives, making it at the heart of how you kind of, you know, like measure and appraise. So if you're really going to try and have a mindset shift, then maybe all the content marketers in your team, as one of their, you know, next quarterly objectives, everybody has to embark on at least one repurposing project of something that they have created, you know, kind of embed it into some of the formal things, make it something that's talked about more. So in team meetings and briefings and things like that. It'd be great if you were able to attribute that to some measurements as well. So, for example, let's just share a little bit case study. You know, Mary and the team over there did a webinar last week. She got like 50 people that attended the live webinar, which is wonderful. But she then spent the next few days repurposing it, and through her repurposing, we've now reached 12,000 people because, you know, we did this post on LinkedIn about it, and sharing the stories and things like that. So I think like sharing the success stories in your organisation of what repurposing can do and being quite public about that. It's not easy, but like just trying to have that way of working. And I think if you can formalise SOPs and processes to include repurposing within the steps that you create as well. So if you have a very standard process of how you go about, just stick with the webinar example, like that used to always end with publish the webinar, you know, send the link to attendees afterwards and blah, blah, blah. Add the extra 10 steps, like add the extra 10 and make it formally part of the SOP and the process of the webinar. So getting like more down to like that level of work as well. And I'd also just say one last thing, which is like a catchphrase of mine that I've just like kind of had for years, is that repurposing shouldn't, repurposing starts in the planning phase. Repurposing should never be an afterthought. So you don't want to get to the point where you're creating big cornerstone pieces of content, blog posts, webinars, videos, etc. And when you've created it, you say, how am I going to repurpose this? In fact, when you were planning it in the first place, the repurposing was part of the plan. So I think as well, to try and get that mindset, when you're approving outlines, content outlines for like articles, things like that, part of that approval process shouldn't be just it, but the plan for the distribution and repurposing of it as well.